Today, we wanted to spend some time on sort of the realities of what's going on out there in with the enterprise. On the one hand, we hear, hey, 95% of all AI engagements, AI proofs of concept, whatever you want to call them, that they're failing. That's what the MIT study tells us. On the other hand, if you spend any time on Medium or any of the other publications, you'll read about some successes. It's all over the map. Failure, success. What are you seeing day to day in the enterprise as you're talking to clients?
Yeah. Listen, it's a good question, especially this week with the stock market and the AI bubble and the tech bubble and everything sort of going down and everybody's going, there's this big promise of AI and we haven't seen any results.
Hang on a second. The market's bursting. I got to go make a trade.
Yeah, you might, yeah, you're in trouble, Jim. No, it's this sort of everybody's expecting to see these fast results. And I think that has been, we haven't seen this massive success and that's being considered a failure or an early failure. But I'd say we are extremely early. I would also say that if you have used any of these LLMs, any of the AI solutions that are out there, sort of as a consumer, you know that there is massive potential. I think all these enterprises know there's massive potential. And what we're seeing are people are absolutely continuing to have budgets and increase their budgets for these AI projects. So we're extremely early. I wouldn't say anything's been a failure. I think that there's definitely projects that have fizzled out or they've gone down and everybody's learning a lot as they're going, but I wouldn't consider anything to be a failure so far. So to answer the question, do I think anything's failing? I don't think anything's failing. I think we're way too early to the game at this point.
To weigh in on that. I totally agree with what Joey's saying. I would also add, I think one of the things in the market is people sort of think of AI as magical. And I feel like I want to dispel that. There is nothing magic about AI. It is still a project and we need to focus on the fundamentals. Make a list. There's lots of opportunities for agentic solutions out there. Make a list of things you want to accomplish, then prioritize that list. Make a backlog just like you would with any project. Go through that backlog and look at two factors, I think, that we talk about with our customers all the time. What is the value and what is the viability of that solution? And let's weigh out the value and viability. And I think those customers that are having success are looking at that high ROI for the value, but also where the solution is viable. The data is ready to enable this solution. So I think, again, it's just back to business fundamentals. AI is a tool. Agents are a tool. Let's apply the business fundamentals to use them successfully to have wins rather than failures.
The one thing Nicole said that is absolutely true is everybody thinks it's magical. And being on with this week alone, two of the most well-known brands, consumer goods brands on the planet, speaking with specifically in these cases some of their technical teams. And I think there's this concept of an easy button when it comes to AI and people looking for an easy button. And it goes back to what I said. We use these tools, the chat GPTs, the Claudes, when we're writing emails and doing things, and it feels very easy. We might even I automate certain things all the time, whether it's, proposals or other small tasks. And it does things so well that you think this should be easy to scale across the enterprise, but it's not easy to implement agentic solutions. I don't want to, it's not impossible, but at this point it's not something easy. It takes work and it takes skills that don't exist commonly across the enterprise. And when people don't have these skills, they go through these projects with this traditional sort of BI thought process, this business intelligence thought process of get all the data in one place and start, creating something that you could push out to the business. And I mean, for 8 years here at Answer Rocket, it's never been data first. It's always business objective first. And anybody in any AI project anywhere knows this. But you have to start there. But that requires, and Jim, you say this all the time, the three important skills. You have to have heavy business context, some traditional IT skills, and some AI engineering skills. And you have to have someone that has all three of these skills implementing these agents. And that doesn't exist a lot at these enterprises. So whenever they're trying to configure or implement or create these AI solutions, They do that maybe with one of those skills in mind, but not the other two. And at the end of the day, you get something that lacks business context that business users will look at and go, I can't use this. It needs to go further, or it's giving me obvious answers, or, any of these things that I think we've seen with some of the early AI projects. So
You get to a place where people say, my AI solution failed, but they don't even know what an AI solution is. Is it your data science model that failed? Was it a ML piece of work somewhere? Was it a Gen AI solution? And did it need to be a Gen AI solution? Did you even try to fit the right type of technology for your use case? And did your use case make sense? Was it a use case that was going to deliver some ROI if you invested in it? Or was it a really cool, nice to have, show that technology could work here because it makes this workflow really fast, but it wasn't a workflow that actually delivered a lot of value to the business? And you've got to answer a lot of those questions. So people will say something failed, but not even know what that something is.